So my name is Owen Denston. I'm an artist based in Birmingham, UK, originally from Redditch. I'm a painter and visual artist mainly. I work in these large-scale comic-style paintings. The themes that drive my work currently are identity, vulnerability, and anonymity. These themes resonate through the use of the mask, using the mask as both a shield and a tool, a hindrance and a gain, gaining the power to be vulnerable and say things that you wouldn't be able to usually, but also being shielded from being taken completely seriously. This main character, Apollo, originally came from a comic book, which is now turned into a more traditional novel. He's kind of become my alter ego, using him as a channel or a vessel for my own confessions, my own feelings, my own thoughts, using him to admit things that would be hard to admit otherwise. These themes resonate with my personal experiences. I've had issues with my own identity before, issues with admitting things, keeping things to myself, bottling them up, and this is a way for me to finally release those feelings. The silver mask represents the mirror. It's supposed to be something you can look at and see yourself in it, or look at and draw your own conclusions from. There's a quote from the great Joni Mitchell who said, "If you listen to my songs and wonder about my life and try and decide where those stories came from in my life, I'm not doing my job properly. If you listen to my songs and you relate it to your own experiences and you get something out of it yourself, I'm doing my job properly." My main inspirations for this project are Jean-Michel Basquiat, due to his expressionist styles, Keith Haring's almost comic book-like imagery and characters, and Gustav Klimt's ornamental and almost expressionism. The bright colors and the wavy lines and the text all come from mainly those. And there's two comic artists I would like to mention, Lee Bradley and Yasmin Putri, who both contributed to the character design. The helmet came from Yasmin Putri's Dark Knights of Steel series. That's where the main inspiration came from that. And the comic style was Lee Bradley, who's from Redditch. The way I've included the text in these paintings is mainly from Jean-Michel Basquiat. If you look at some of his work, a lot of his work includes words or more poetic text, whereas Keith Haring, while he does include text in his work, it's more statemental or in your face. It's like you know what he's saying straight away, whereas some of these are more poetic. So my style is basically a mix between comic book and expressionism. That's the best way to explain it. I use gouache and acrylic paints to get these bold colors and these stark lines to create that same comic book feeling, but in a much larger scale. So this series is taking inspiration from the book that I'm working on currently, which is The Silver Scorpion, where Apollo is the main character. But the series is a way for me, it's a journey from a quite dark, sad place to a more hopeful, accomplished, confident place. This is the last one in the series, the one titled Diamond. With this series, what I'm trying to say is how the mask can be both a tool to express yourself, but a shield to not be taken seriously. That's the main tagline image of the project. The idea is to make the viewers confront their own masks, their own thoughts and feelings, and relate them back to their own lives. Take the messages in these paintings and make them think about past relationships, past actions, past thoughts, things that they don't think about anymore, or even to take it and bring it into their own life and for it to give them confidence. In the future, I'm going to take this series into other places, taking him on different journeys, and I'm also going to finish my book by the end of next year, hopefully. I'm currently on chapter 4, taking inspiration from the Court of Thorns and Roses series and The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Some other ways that I'm going to use this character in my artwork include making a physical sculpture of the mask Apollo is wearing, and in some of the other pieces he's holding a sword. That's something else that I would like to create as well. And I would also like to still work on the original idea of a comic book, because I think he works very well as a character in a comic book. My hope for this art is that it has an impact on people. It will foster different ways of self-perception, but also introspection, and that it would help people recognize their own journeys they've been on. Because healing is not a linear journey. I also hope that it will help viewers confront their own truths and their own masks that they are wearing, whether they know they're wearing it or not. In this context, Apollo's purpose is to be a mirror, to be seen, and for you to see yourself in him, for people to find their own conclusions from these pieces and draw something useful from them within themselves. Thank you.